and we know different isotopes have different abundance, therefore need to have average atomic mass. I have discussed what is the need to have average atomic mass is that we know an element has various isotopes. For example, if we talk about the carbon, then it has carbon 12, carbon 13, carbon 14. If we talk about the hydrogen, it has 1H1, protium, deuterium and tritium, 1H1, 1H2, 1H3. If we talk about the chlorine, chlorine 35, chlorine 37. If we talk about the uranium, uranium 235, uranium 238, it means an element has various isotopes, and when it has various isotopes, we know the masses of isotopes are different. If their masses are different, then it need to calculate the average atomic masses. How to calculate? We have to calculate the average atomic masses by considering the masses of the isotopes together with their relative abundance. Let us take an example how to calculate the average atomic mass. For example, we have two isotopes, that is chlorine 35 and to the next one, chlorine 37. The abundance of chlorine is 75% and the abundance of chlorine is 25%. Then how to calculate the average atomic mass? That means, in order to calculate the average atomic mass, we know the percentage is in 100. That means, by percentage consideration, we are going to consider 100 atoms. If we have 100 atoms, in which 25 atom of chlorine 37 is there and 75 atom of chlorine 35 is there. In order to calculate their average, what we do? We simply add the masses of this 100 atoms and then divide it by 100 in order to get the average, which I see here. Average atomic mass is equals to what we do? Chlorine 35. That means what we write? Relative abundance into what? Relative abundance into atomic mass of one isotope plus relative abundance of other isotopes into atomic mass of other isotope divided by 100. What I have done here, relative abundance, what I see, let us see it here. What is the relative abundance of chlorine 35? That is 75. Then what is its mass? That is 35. Plus relative abundance of other isotopes is 25. What is its mass? 37. Divided by 100. Simply we can understand, if there are 100 atoms and 75 atom of 35 is there and 25 atom of 37 is there, then we can simply calculate the average. What we do? We add the masses of chlorine 35. It means 75 atoms are there. It means 75 into 35. 25 into 35. And the masses of 25 chlorine 37 atom is that 25 into 37. 25 into 37. That means these are the masses of 100 atoms, including 75 chlorine 35 atom and 25 chlorine 37 atom. It means these are the masses of 100 atom. In order to calculate the average, we are going to divide it by 100. What we got? We have 75 into 35, 500. That is 26 to 5 plus 25 into 37. Plus 9 to 5. When we add up 2, 6 to 5, 9 to 5, 0, 5, that is equals to 35, 5, 0. This is going to be divided by 100, divided by 100 is equals to 35.5. This is the way how we can calculate what the average atomic mass of chlorine. Why to calculate the average atomic mass? Because the chlorine has two isotopes. One has the masses 35 and the other has 37. Therefore, it need to calculate the average atomic mass, that is 35.5. This is also the reason of having fractional atomic masses. You see here, it has not fractional atomic mass, it has not fractional atomic mass, but on calculating average, we have fractional atomic mass. It means the reason of fractional atomic mass is so because of calculation of average of various isotopes of an element. So the next we will take another example. We will take the example from your NCERT book that in case of carbon, we have three isotopes, that is carbon 12, carbon 14 and carbon 13 and carbon 14. The relative abundance of carbon 12 is 98.892%. It means the abundance of carbon 12 is 98.892%. So the next one, the abundance of carbon 13 is 1.108%. And the abundance of carbon 14 is very less, that is 2 into 10 to the power minus 10. We know what are their relative abundance. We know their masses. Let us take the exact mass of this isotopes. It means mass of isotopes. What is that one? The mass of carbon 12 we know it is 12. Mass of carbon 13 we know it is 13.00335, and the mass of carbon 14 is 14.00317. We know their carbon 12, it has abundance of this much, having mass of the isotopes is 12. In order to calculate their average, what we have to do? Simply we have to multiply the relative abundance by their isotopic mass. 98 into 12. It means this much atom of having atomic mass 12, this much atom of having atomic mass this much atom of having atomic mass this. And when we divide by 100, we will get the average atomic mass of carbon. It means the average atomic mass of carbon is equals to 98.892 into 12 plus 1.108 into 13.00335 plus 2 into 10 to the power minus 10 into 14.0031 sum divided by 100. That is equals to, when we multiply, what we will get? 12.011. When you solve it, you will get the average atomic mass of carbon is 12.011011. In order to calculate the average atomic mass, what we have to multiply the relative abundance with the mass of the isotopes and then sum up all the masses of the isotopes, then divided by 100. In this way, we are able to get the average atomic mass of any element. Let us discuss the next topic, that is molecular masses. What is molecular mass? It means the molecular mass of a molecule. It is the sum of the atomic masses of the all elements present in a molecule. If we add the atomic mass of all the atoms in a molecule, then we will get the molecular masses. It means it is sum of the atomic masses of all the elements present in a molecule, which is termed as molecular masses. Let us understand by taking an example. For example, if you want to calculate the molecular mass of H2SO4. In order to calculate the molecular mass of H2SO4, what we have to do? We have the sum, we have to add up the masses of all the atoms in H2SO4 sulfuric acid. Let us do it. Molecular mass of H2SO4 is equals to sum of the masses, what is 2 into mass of 2 hydrogen atom, that is 1.008, plus mass of sulfur, that is 32, plus mass of oxygen, that is 4 into 16. What we got is equals to relatively 2 plus 32 plus what we got 4 to 6. 4 to 6 to 8, 6, 3, 9. It means the molecular mass of sulfuric acid is 98 U. Clear? Let us understand it by taking another example, such as we have to calculate the molecular mass of methane CH4. It is equals to 1 into mass of carbon. Why? Because it has one atom, plus 4 into mass of hydrogen. What we got? 1 into 12 plus 4 into 1. 12 plus 4, that is equals to 16. Clear? We will discuss the next topic, that is known as formula mass. In case of ionic compound, you know it does not constitute of molecule, but is constitute of discrete ion. For example, if we take sodium chloride as example, it constitutes of sodium and chlorine atoms which are arranged in a different manner in the three-dimensional space. Then, in that case of ionic compound, we have the formula masses. What is the formula mass? Formula mass, it means it is the sum of the masses of the single neutral repeating unit. Let us know it. Formula mass, it means in case of ionic compound, they does not constitute of molecules, but of discrete ions. If they constitute of discrete ions, then in that case, what is discrete ion? It means in case of, let us take an example. If we have sodium chloride crystal, Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus, Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus, Na plus, Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus. This is the three-dimensional arrangement of ions in case of sodium chloride. Then in that case, we have a molecule so that we can calculate the molecular masses. In case of this ionic compounds, we have the formula mass. What do you mean by formula mass? It means a formula mass in an ionic compound is the sum of single repeating neutral unit. What we see here? We have a single repeating unit. In this case, what we see? In this case, sodium and chlorine. What we see? Sodium, chlorine, sodium, chlorine, sodium, chlorine, sodium, chlorine is going to repeat it to the entire three-dimensional space. Then in this case, what is the formula mass? A formula mass is in an ionic compound is the sum of the masses of single repeating neutral unit. What we have the single repeating unit in neutral unit? It means when we have Na and Cl plus and minus, then it will become neutral. Then it will be single neutral repeating unit. What is that one? Na plus and Cl minus. It is a neutral and it is a single neutral repeating unit which gives the entire three-dimensional structure. Then in that case, the formula mass is the sum of the masses of this single neutral repeating unit. It means the formula formula mass of sodium chloride, it is equals to sum of or we can say mass of sodium plus mass of chlorine. What is that? That is equals to mass of sodium is equal to 23 plus what is the mass of chlorine? 35.5. When we add it, 58.5. This is how we will calculate the formula mass what we have studied. In case of any compound, there will not be molecule. So for that, in that case, we have to calculate the formula mass. We know what is the formula mass. Formula mass, it is the sum of the masses of single neutral repeating unit in the three-dimensional space to give the entire lattice. And we have in the crystal of sodium chloride, we have the single repeating unit is sodium and chlorine. Sodium chlorine, it is going to repeat to the entire three-dimensional space to give this structure. And when we add up the masses of sodium and chlorine, it is a neutral species, it will give the formula mass of sodium chloride. Same is the case in other ionic compound. For example, if we have potassium chloride crystals, then we have single repeating unit is that one. In case of KCl, we have to add the masses of mass of K plus mass of chlorine. In case of CaCl2, then we have to add mass of calcium plus 2 into, because 2 chlorines are there, which will add up to give a neutral species. It means we have 1 calcium and 2 chlorine. So mass of calcium plus 2 into mass of chlorine gives the formula mass. This is how you can calculate the formula masses.